Fans have not been very happy with what's been going on with Netflix and The Witcher. As you know, Henry Cavill decided to leave the series pretty much just as his Superman announcement came out. And originally, myself and many others thought that it was because of Superman. I do think that he has a very nice Superman contract. However, some people are pointing out that it probably still would have been possible for him to play The Witcher and Superman, and that the reason that he's bounced off of The Witcher is purely because of creative differences. And as you know, we found out that the writers have a disdain for the fans and the source material. We know that because of the writer of X-Men '97, who came out and said, if you want to work on this show, you need to be a fan of the source material, because my time at The Witcher showed me that some people hate the source material. And he didn't quite like that very much. It's kind of refreshing to actually hear somebody say you need to like the old stuff. But we're not on X-Men. We're on The Witcher. There's a petition on change.org. Netflix, you must keep Henry Cavill as The Witcher and replace the writers instead, which I think is hilarious. Fire the writers, keep Henry Cavill. I don't think he's going to come back. But it's still funny to show just how mad people are. This is now at 200,000 signatures. It was at 180-something the other day. Now it's at 203,000, which is a lot of people. It's not a number you can just look down on. I mean, that's a lot of people. A lot of people are very, very upset, and I don't blame them. And this is now transferring over to new projects. So this was announced November 10th. It's called Witcher Blood Origin, and apparently it's about the first prototype Witcher. So this takes place well before, 1,200 years before Geralt, Yennefer, and Ciri. So it's a prequel. It's in the past, and it's about the first Witcher. Okay, enough. It's got some good people attached to it. However, you're seeing the resentment of the fans start to spill over now into new properties. Now, it's not ratioed into oblivion or anything, but it's still ratioed. 19,000 likes to 23,000 dislikes. This is approaching 1 million views. It's got 740,000. So I'd imagine it'll hit 1 million views. And you've got more dislikes to likes. So you now have other properties, not the main show, with fan dissatisfaction all over it. And it's in the comments, too. A great franchise. It just puzzles me why you had to go and hire writers that actively want to destroy it. The next comment says, nothing is the same without Cavill. It says, I love that they are making a prequel series before the series is even over. Did the writers actively dislike this one as well? Give us Henry back. We want Henry as Geralt. 3 or 4 years ago, I was excited when I heard about Netflix and The Witcher. Now, what have they done to the Witcher universe? This person says Henry Cavill will be missed. I thought it could never get worse than the original show. I was pessimistic, but now I'm optimistic. Of course it can. Michelle Yeoh seems to be getting such great projects overall. She's legendary to the point where she's receiving numerous accolades for her esteemed performance. I actually agree with that. I think that she's pretty good. She's a positive for this series, but it doesn't take away from the fact that people are very, very upset about what's going on with The Witcher. It's not easy to accept that Henry is not in the role of Geralt. We will miss you, Henry. Without Henry, I'm not going to invest more time into this franchise. Then we'll do one more. It's sad that most of the people interested in this series are fans of the actress and not the material. Michelle's a great actress, but goes to show how the lackluster writing of the show and Cavill's exit killed the interest of those who care about The Witcher. So that's kind of the summary, and all of the comments are like that. It's pretty much a summary of all 1,800 comments that are down here. People are very upset. Very, very upset. So this Cosmic Book News article does a good job of showing you like other videos on that YouTube channel that have covered The Witcher. Nightmare of the Wolf trailer, 69K likes to 1K to 1.4 dislikes. And you have the season 2 trailer, 329K to 5.3 dislikes. WitcherCon, 29K to 618 dislikes. Road to season 2 trailer, 142K to 2.8K dislikes. It shows you how him leaving and those comments from the writers and how they were mocking fans, it's done damage. Now, it's not enough to where if season 2, or not season 2, if season 4 is a success, right, it would all be forgotten. But you're definitely going into season 4 now with a lot more people raising their eyebrows than before. And you've probably lost a lot of fans. I mean, that petition shows that a lot of fans are likely gone. I think a lot of people are going to turn away from the next season of The Witcher for sure. 100%. Here are those comments from the writers, by the way. This comes from Mr. DiMeo, who is the guy that, from what I understand, is heading up X-Men 97, which I wasn't feeling good about before, but the comments from this guy make me feel a little bit better about it. I'm still a little weary about it. Honestly, I don't think we need a sequel to the original X-Men animated series, but this guy's respect for the source material makes me feel a little bit better. But he got a question. Can you discuss how the production team came about, like how they were recruited for X-Men 97? And this is what DeMeo said. For sure, in fall of 2022, Marvel's head of streaming asked me to develop a take to revive this show. From there, I pitched it out, was hired. My LP was the first hire, and he brought along all the amazing talent that followed. My general rule was you had to be a fan. No questions. I've been on a show, namely Witcher, where some of the writers were not or actively disliked books and the games and actively mocked the source material. It's a recipe for disaster and bad morale. Fandom is a litmus test for checking egos and makes all the long nights worth it. You have to respect the work before you're allowed to add to its legacy. Beautifully said, in my opinion. Some typos in here, but here's the thing. This has been a comment that has made waves in the Witcher fandom. Why would you work on this show if you hate the fandom, if you hate the source material? Other than the fact that you want to purposely repurpose it into some kind of agenda, which, from what I understand, is what they've been doing. Like Geralt takes a back seat to a lot of the female characters. I'm not a huge fan of the books for The Witcher, but I am a fan of the games, particularly the third one, I think, like most people. And I think it's pretty clear that Geralt is the main character, which he is not in the show. From what I understand, he takes a huge backseat. So we will see what happens with this franchise. Is it going to crash and burn? I think they should just cancel it. No Henry Cavill, no go. We'll see what happens. But these writers have been exposed big time. And you're already seeing it in new projects. This show, from what I see, has nothing to do with the other Netflix show, other than the fact that it takes place in the same world. And not even in the same timeline, it's in the past. But now you have people running and commenting on this just to let their voices be heard. So we'll see what happens. But anyway, thanks for watching. If you would, please like, subscribe, share the video, comment below. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit the notification bell. Make sure you check out my Rumble and my locals, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Make sure to check out my locals. There's a link in the description. It's a fun community that I'm trying to build over here. If you don't want to support me on YouTube, you can come over here. None of that money goes to YouTube. You also can just come over here for free. But if you are a supporter over here. I do plan on doing an extra live stream once a month and throwing links to the supporters so you can actually come on and have a supporter live stream with me. Also, it's a good place to catch all of my content. You don't have to worry about notifications like YouTube. They'll definitely work over here. So come check out my locals.